Carlos, a hardworking Filipino immigrant, walks home from his late-night shift, his loyal Aspen native Filipino dog named Bante trotting beside him. The night is quiet, but suddenly red and blue lights flash behind them. Carlos stops as a police car pulls up. A tall, broad-shouldered officer steps out. Officer Mark Reynolds. His smirk is laced with arrogance. "What do we have here? Another stray and its owner." He sneers, eyes darting between Carlos and Bante. Carlos frowns. "Is there a problem, sir?" Reynolds tilts his head. "You tell me. Walking a dirty mutt in my neighborhood? That's suspicious." Carlos clenches his fists but stays calm. "He's my dog. We're just heading home." Reynolds steps closer, deliberately intimidating. "Let's see some ID." Carlos reaches into his pocket, but before he can pull out his wallet, Reynolds' hand is on his baton. "Slowly, boy." The insult is clear. Carlos's jaw tightens, but before he can speak, a low growl rumbles beside him. Bante's ears flatten, his body tense. The dog senses something is wrong. Carlos doesn't want trouble, but he knows how this could go. He's heard stories of officers like Reynolds picking on people like him. He slowly pulls out his wallet, showing his ID. Reynolds barely glances at it before laughing. "Huh, so you're legal, but your dog?" He leans down, smirking at Bante. "No collar, no papers. That makes him illegal." Carlos's eyes widen. "That's not true. He's—" Reynolds interrupts, stepping toward Bante. "I could take him to the pound, or maybe he tries to attack me and I have to put him down. That'd be a shame, wouldn't it?" Carlos steps between them. "You can't do that!" Reynolds glares. "Watch me." He reaches for his taser. Bante, however, has been watching, calculating. In a flash, he darts behind Reynolds. Before the officer can react, Bante tugs on his belt, yanking his radio loose and dashing away with it. "What the—" Reynolds spins around, realizing what just happened. His radio is gone. "You little mutt!" he shouts, bolting after Bante. Carlos is stunned for a second, but then grins. "Smart boy." Bante zigzags through the street, knowing the terrain better than Reynolds. He dashes under fences, slips through gaps, and leads Reynolds on a wild chase. Carlos follows, knowing Bante has a plan. Reynolds, furious and panting, yells into his backup radio, "I need assistance! A dog stole my ite!" Then it hits him. His radio. It's broadcasting everything. Bante finally stops in a narrow alley, placing the radio down. Reynolds, breathless and enraged, catches up. "Got you now, you filthy—" But then he hears murmurs behind him. He turns and sees a small crowd of people, neighbors, shopkeepers, and even another officer staring at him. One of them is holding up his phone. They heard everything. The stolen radio, still on, has been broadcasting Reynolds' threats the whole time. A younger officer, who responded to Reynolds' call for backup, steps forward, listening to the last words from the radio. "Maybe he tries to attack me and I have to put him down." Carlos steps forward, standing tall. "Is that how you do your job, officer?" Reynolds looks around, trapped. His confident smirk is gone. This isn't what it looks like." But the younger officer shakes his head. "Actually, it's exactly what it looks like." Minutes later, Officer Reynolds is in handcuffs. His own colleagues take him in for misconduct. The police chief issues a statement, and the video of Bante's clever escape and the racist officer's downfall goes viral. Carlos kneels beside Bante, ruffling his fur. "You saved yourself, buddy." Bante wags his tail proudly. A reporter steps up, shoving a mic toward Carlos. "Your dog is a hero. What do you have to say?" Carlos smiles. He just did what was right. Maybe some people should learn from him. Bante barks in agreement, and the crowd cheers. A week later, Carlos and Bante's story is everywhere. Donations flood in for the local animal shelter, and Bante is officially recognized as an honorary K9 hero. As Carlos walks home with Bante, he looks down at his loyal companion. "Guess we showed them, huh?" Bante wags his tail, looking up with eyes full of intelligence. One thing is clear, heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and sometimes they have 4 legs.